I love Quentin Tarantino. As much as he depicts bad guys and saying very bad words as they do, he also depicts amazing women on screen. So I'm going to be drawing different women of his movies on these little episodes that I make, starting with Uma Thurman in Kill Bill Volume 1. So if you're curious how I do things, it's basically smudge pen, marker, pencil, and erasers. Okay, with your marker, draw a black background. Tough step, I know. Now test out your yellow. This is not the final yellow. This is one episode where I make mistakes. And you'll see in this mistake, I didn't find the right yellow, but it gave my mind a great base to work with. And that's what counts. You want your mind thinking about the right yellows, shapes, colors. With my smudge pen, I perfected the yellow by giving it a bright taxi cab yellow, and then with the smudge pen, back again, that amazing tool that you need to be using, I added a bit of canary. Her face is a little bit thinner than I made this, and I think a little bit leaner up in the forehead area. I traced out a nose, kind of estimating where things were going to be, and aha, what just happened? A sword. Yeah. You need to be really precise with where the sword is going to go, because it goes cut right through the middle of the face here. You barely see her lips. If you go like this, that's where her sword is going to appear. For the famous black stripe in that very famous tracksuit, you are going to make sure that it is wrinkly, because look, this is how I drew it after pausing the film just to double check that I was getting it right. Of course, I made a mistake here. Everybody makes mistakes, and I will tell you in a second what that mistake was. And this is where I got really upset with myself, because I said, oh look, that sword is bending a bit too much at the wrong angle, and now look, she's not going to be able to hold her sword. That's the mistake. Did you catch it early on? That's okay, we can crop this picture. Mistakes happen all the time. So the resolution is obviously, I can fix this in Facetune, but the arm, I would need a little bit more than Facetune to fix it. Okay, story time. I don't know, I want to do like Bob Ross with his little squirrel stories, but with my stories. One of my personal goals is to film a movie on film, as in the old-fashioned film strips, for the sole purpose of me being able to rent out Mr. Tarantino's movie theater in Los Angeles. I added a bunch of detail on the sword and the eyes, the pupils. I didn't go into as much effort on the irises, because from far, you're not going to be like, oh, there are these little lines there. If you can see that, well, great, congratulations, you are an owl. And, you know, you can see in this Facetune version that I really adjusted the features just to be a little bit more like Uma. It's just about the squint. It's about the placement of the eyes. Usually, when we draw, have a tendency to make eyes a little bit too far and separated when we're working on them. At least I do, and some of the people I've met. Sometimes you might find yourself making them too close set. So if you just separate the eyes a little, you're gonna get Uma's eye expression, because her eyes are just a little bit farther out and villain-esque in a beautiful way. That's why she's one of the most beautiful actresses of this modern era, because she has these expressive eyes. You'll also see I went in and added the details via this nifty Facetune app on the sword, because swords are metallic. They're not flat. Now, if you want to add more detail on this, you could add in some stitching on her yellow tracksuit, and you could also add the little thing. It's almost like a semi-pocket, but it's not quite a pocket, where there's some space right here in the tracksuit. It's right by her upper shoulder.